Hi and good afternoon, and welcome to THFC Till I Die, your home at Tottenham, past, present, and a very, very exciting future. After our 2-0 win away to Bournemouth at the weekend, we're unbeaten. And, to start off the season, really, look, third in the Premier League, 2 wins, 1 draw, scored 6, we only conceded 2 goals and 7 points from 3 games, which is, which is a start, really, where it's an ideal start. It's a start that's good, and for me, it's a very promising start. So, look, on we go. We've got Fulham away tomorrow in the League Cup, and then we're back again in the league on Saturday. But how are you all this afternoon? Hope you're all doing well, and I hope all you are buzzing after the weekend. I know I am. And look, it was a great performance. But let's see who's in the chat this morning. We've only got one person in so far. It's Paul Pablo. Big up, Paul. How he says, God have good afternoon. I think he means good afternoon. Yeah, he meant good afternoon. But if you are watching, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscription button as well. And it really does help the algorithm when you hit the like button. It is free. But if you want to, do become a member as well. You can pick them up for $2.99, $4.99 as well. And also, if you want to put into a super chat, you can do so. Look, what do you want to talk about this afternoon? Well, let's start with the Bournemouth game, really, and let's go through some of the stats of it. It really was an impressive display by Spurs. The possession really 43.1% at home for the Bournemouth, but 56.9% for the Spurs, which is such a big improvement than it was last season. 17 shots on target to Bournemouth's only 11. And then on target, 6 from us, three for Bournemouth, who for me were very poor on Saturday. Absolutely very poor indeed. I didn't think they started well. And I think Bournemouth will struggle this season. I really, really do. And then, of course, we got then the block shots. We had 4, then for Bournemouth's 3. The corners, we lost on that. Bournemouth had 6 corners to our only 2. Tackles, of course, we won that by all day long, 63.6% and 47.1% of tackles we won, completely dominated there. The aerial duels, we didn't win our headers as much as Bournemouth did. But 60% to 40, could do better there. Clear cut chances, none for Bournemouth at all. Absolutely none. On 4 for us. And look, if we had a better striker up front, could we have won more than 2? I think we would have done. But we will get on to Richarlison a bit later. We've got a few more people jumping in. We've got Andrew Gregory. Afternoon, Dermot and everyone. Big up, Andrew. How are you? And we've got Eugene all the way from Malaysia. It says, hi, everyone. Big up, purple and gold. Hashtag Levy out. So big up, Eugene. Hope you're doing well. Well, let's go through the team and give what I think the rating should be. Vicarian had a very good start. Didn't have to really do much, to be fair. I thought he had a very quiet game. When called upon, he did deliver. So we'll give him an 8 out of 10 for that. The back 4, Porro, Romero, Van der Ven, and Destiny 2 went off. 2 years went off, I think, with a knock, but I think he's okay. I'll give them all 8 out of 10. I thought they were fantastic. Basuma again, 8.5 out of 10. Absolutely dominated that midfield. Papasar, 8 out of 10. Madison, I'm going to give him a 9 because I thought he was absolutely unreal. I thought he was brilliant on Saturday. Got his first goal for the club as well. I give him a 9. Kulu, do you know what? He scored a goal, but still wasn't that effective down that wing for me. So I'll give him a 7.5 out of 10. Richarlison, I don't know where to start with this man. I'll give him 6. I thought he was absolutely useless. Look, we know he's got lack of confidence. We know he's probably trying too hard. And we all know that. But for me, I just don't know what to do with him. He's not the man. And this was the problem. We sold Harry Kane. And what have we got to replace Harry Kane? No one. And look, for me, we're going to have to buy a striker in the window. We're going to have to get a Gift Orban. Look, we're talking about Brennan Johnson as well, which I think would be mad. But getting another Richarlison for me. I think we have to go over to Gift Orban. He's the one we need to get in to get the goals. And I think get a striker and another centre-back in, we will move on. We've got a nucleus of a great side here. And with Ange in charge, the more we can go. There's nothing we can't achieve under Ange, I don't think, if we get the right players in. And Sonny, again, I'll give him 7.5 out of 10. Good captain's role, but again, very quiet. The front three haven't clicked this season for some reason. And it's very, I don't know why it hasn't clicked, but it just hasn't clicked at all. But that's my play ratings. Let me know in the chat what you think. Let me know what your play ratings would. We've got P Does, big up. He says, we have been spoiled by having Kane all these years. Good to see other scoring now, but I think Richie will come good. Should give Dane a go also. Do you know what? I would agree with you giving Dane Scarlett a go. I don't know if he's going out on loan. I think I heard somewhere he's going out on loan to Port Vale, I think. But I don't know if that's true or not. But I would keep him around. I'd give him a go. I mean, tomorrow night's game is ideal for Dean Scarlett. A League Cup away, second round League Cup, a game we should be winning. We should win that game. So I'll give him a good run out and see how. But I've also got Hog got 10. Good afternoon, Dermot and chat. Hope everyone is well. Yeah, we're all buzzing after the weekend, and Spurs are really and truly back. Well, look, let me know. Let me know about your team ratings, guys. Look, let me know about Richie. Let me know what you thought of Maddison. Papa Sarr, I mean, the way he set up the first goal, I thought he was exceptional the weekend. Really shows what a good player he is. Basuma again played well. Van der Ven, very, very good defending. Romero looks calm, looks collective. He looks a bit calmer for me this season. He's not as hot-headed. Yet you're going to have that streak in him where he will put the boot in. But I think he's more calmer in his decisions. Porro for me as well. Absolutely another good game for him. I think he's settling in now to that position. And also Destiny, well, again, absolutely great. Another brilliant performance by him. Went off, we think, with an injury. We're not sure, but I think it was just more precaution than everything. Then the subs that came on, we have Skip come on for Madison, Højbjerg came on for Richarlison, Lo Celso came on for Sarr, Perisic come on for Basuma, and Davies come on for Destiny. Skip for Madison, I think at that time Bournemouth were overrunning us a little bit, and I think Ange saw that. So I think it was a good decision to bring on Skippy. I thought played quite well actually, and did well when he came on. So may keep that going. Højbjerg for Richarlison. This is the problem. We didn't have a striker on the bench. Now, it's all good. It's all saying good, sticking Sonny up there down the middle. But Sonny isn't a striker of sorts. He's not the man. Okay, he won the Golden Boot 1 year, but he's not going to do consistently season after season after season. And this is where you should have brought on either a Gift Auburn or a Dean Scarlett. We need to give our youngsters a chance. And I think, for me, Richarlison, I feel sorry for him, really, because, as I've always said, Richarlison was a big fish in the pool at Everton. And he was like the main man. And he played on that left wing. And he did keep Everton up 2 seasons ago. The reason why I think we bought him. But to pay 50 odd million for him plus add-ons to bring it up to 60 million was the biggest waste of money I think Tottenham have ever spent, or apart from Don Bele as well. I just don't get it. I mean, his confidence is shot now. Has Conte got something to say in this? Did Conte really strip him that bad that he stripped his confidence away from him? That he might need a move to reconstruct his career. He might need a move somewhere else to actually get back to what he's good at. And I don't think it's going to be at Tottenham. I really don't. And it's a shame, really, because I love Richarlison's attitude. I love the way that he goes in and, like with Everton, I think with the game with Arsenal last year or the year before under Conte, with the flare up in the air and really sticks up for his teammates and that. But look, for me, I think Richarlison's time's up, but we need to get a striker in. It is so crucial we get a striker in before the end of the window on Thursday. Lo Celso came on for Papa Sarr, thought did well. Lo Celso due to start tomorrow against Fulham, played well. Perisic again come on, played well in place of Basuma. And then, of course, Ben Davies, very reliable Ben Davies come on for Destiny. Look, out of the three of them, Davies Sanchez and Dyer, I think I would keep Davis. I know he signed a new 3-year deal, but for me, I thought he was very dependable and just slotted into that left back role, the side of the defence, and played very well when he came on for the time he was there. So big up to the substitutes. Skippy, I give probably a 7. Højbjerg, I give them all probably 7 out of 10 for the amount of times they're on there. But look, we'll have to see. And for me, Højbjerg, who will be there at the end of the window? Could Højbjerg be there? Could Lo Celso be gone? Perisic? We have to wait and see. But look, very good performance. Let's go through the chat and see who's there. We've got Peter Rem says, I hope you're wrong, Dermot. I hope that Ange will bring out the best from Richie. Conte was a bully who ran his players into the ground and failed to offer a realistic plan of action on the pitch. And look, I agree with. I do agree with that, Peter, in the way that Conte never had a plan B. It was plan A or nothing. Ange's got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. He's got so many, and the way we change formation during matches as well, it is brilliant because we defend in a certain way, but we attack in a different formation. Look, hope Ange will bring the best out of Richie. Look, he could well do, but I think Richie, I don't know what it needs. Look, I think Emerson did it. He went to a psychologist or he went to a sports therapist and got his head right. And we saw the improvement in Emerson when he did do that. And I think Richarlison has to do the same. I do believe this with Conte stripping him for 2 hours and rolling him in front of his teammates has rarely strapped his confidence. And it's rarely made him, I think, scared to play football. I think he's second guessing himself all the time. I think he falling over the ball. Look, he really is shot in confidence. But it does need to change and whatever it does. But the club have to help him as well. The club have to see, look, what can we do to help you? But Richie has to help himself as well and take responsibility for the performances he's putting in. Peter, and we'll go back to the rest of the chat in a minute, and also the super chat was all from Nathan. I'll get to that in a minute. But this is his record: 44 appearances and 20 goals for Brazil, and 38 appearances for us. This is in all competition. He's only scored 3 goals. Now, 2 of them were in the Champions League against Marseille, and then 1 in the league. It's not a great return on 50 plus million. But again, has Conte had something to do with that? The way he's playing now, because he just seems shot of confidence. It really, really does. I want to say big up to Mia as well. Big up Mia, back from my holidays. I hope you're feeling better because I know she hasn't been well. So big up Mia. Nathan's saying hello to you. We've got Thomas Burns. Richarlison has to cheer up a bit and enjoy his football. I think that's the problem, Thomas. I think he's not enjoying his football. And I think it's showing. And I think the way he's playing and the way that he is performing, I do think he needs to talk to somebody or he needs to do something to get himself out of a hole. Look, all strikers go through bad periods, but he really is in a rut. So it really needs somebody to, I think, put his arm around his shoulder and say to him, look, you can do it. You've done it for your country. You've done it before, but what can we do to help you? And I think Richie's got to be, honest with himself that he needs the help. He needs to do something different. So we have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, good point. He does need to cheer up and enjoy his football again. Hogog 10 VDV is looking class at. Yeah, we all said at the time when we got him. Look, I think I'm loving VDV. I think he's been brilliant. So look, big up. Hogog 10. We've got Krusty said, we'd love Spurs to get a Polania swap. Reglon and Dyer plus cash. Do you know what? I wouldn't inflict Eric Dyer on anyone, but I don't think we should give up on Richie yet. I do think there's a lot we can do. He needs to help himself, but we can do a lot as well as a club. And I think knowing Ange, like I've seen him at Celtic, Carter Vickers, we sold them to Celtic and Carter Vickers was useless with us. Ange turned him into a top defender up there. And I know everyone's going to say it's the Scottish League. Celtic beat everyone, but look, you have to beat what's in front of you. And Carter Vicar up there has become a mainstay up for Celtic. So look, I think we have to see what happens. Um, I'm good, but back at work tomorrow after 2 weeks off. It's hard to get back into walk mode, he's saying to me. Crossley saying Richarlison was better at holding the ball up for Everton. What happened to that player? I think it's all to do with Conte. I rarely do. I think it's to do with Conte. I think it's to do the way that he had a go with him. I think it's the way that he stripped his confidence. Whatever reason, if it's something in his personal life, if it's something to do with the way that he's playing, it needs something. It needs a different reset. It needs a reset. So if we can get this striker in, take him out of the first team and just let him reset himself and then bring him in gradually and play where he wants to play. Ask him, where does he want to play? And if he wants to play where he played for Everton, then play him there. And we may get the best for Richarlison. I don't think it's working up the middle. I don't think he's your man to replace Harry Kane. I really don't. And it's a shame, really. It really is a shame. Nathan with the super chat, big up for the super chat as well. Thank you so much. He said, would you start Richie or Sonny as striker? For me, look, you could give Richarlison. I think you're starting one more game in the Premier League. I think you rest him for the Fulham game and you start Dean Scarlett, have him on the bench. But I do think you start him for the Premier League. If he doesn't then perform in that last one before the international break, then I will start Sonny up front when the league resumes after the international break, me personally. And we have to see where we go from there. What else we got here now? We've got Pete Does saying that was under Conte. He may just need a goal or two. He's too hard on himself, though. He's not really too hard on himself. I think Conte is. I think Conte is. I think Conte has an awful lot of problems. I think he started the problem. I really do, but I do feel that Richarlison is the man. But look, we'll get on from that. We'll go through what's in the news today. And this one is coming in from, this was given to me this morning from Tucson. Informed the club its intention to leave as AS Monaco reopen talks with Fulham, hoping to agree a deal in the next 48 hours. Talks continue. Now, I think that deal will go through and I think he will go to Monaco. I do also think that Eric Dyer will be heading to Fulham. I think Fulham are looking to take Reguilon as well. For me, so I think both will happen, but I think Tucson coming to us is going to be not going to happen. Really, it's not. Excuse me for a minute. Look, for me, sorry, I just need to turn my camera off for a minute there. Brennan Johnson, Tottenham targeting late move for Nottingham Forest. Forward in the final week of the transfer window. Look, for me, that's a no-goer. I don't want them anywhere near the club. I think that'd be a ridiculous move. I think, look, he's another waste of money. I think if you're going to go anyone, you get over and go and get Gift Auburn. You pay your money, you pay your money for Auburn, and you pay what he's wanted, and you bring him into the club. You don't just go over a Brennan Johnson, who really hasn't performed well at Forest. And everyone's going to say, but he's a proven Premier League striker. Well, so is Richie. But Richie hasn't set the world alight. And nor will Brennan Johnson either. Now, he may prove me wrong. He may come to Spurs, fit into Angie's system and absolutely go on fire. But look, for me, I don't think it's the right move, and I hope we don't get from. But look, we have to wait and see on that one. But more on that, as I get more news, I'll give it to you. We've got Lo Celso set to start, but Ndombele likely to leave. Tottenham head coach has confirmed Lo Celso will feature in Tuesday's League Cup tie at Fulham away. But on that, the door appears closed on Ndombele comeback. Look, for me, this is one player we need to cancel his contract. It's not going to work. He doesn't want to move. He doesn't want to improve under Ange. And look, for me, just cancel his contract and get rid of him. Pay up the rest of his contract. I think we have to. For me personally, we really do. A deal sheet. Now, I saw this article, and it was very interesting for me. A deal sheet now is a crucial piece of paperwork required for all transfers, but particularly useful on deadline day for Arsenal, Chelsea, and Tottenham. Now, another record transfer window in the Premier League in England upon us. The Premier League clubs are expected to surpass 2 billion mark this year. Um, that is a hell of a lot of money. All the clubs together, 2 billion. £2 billion is just unreal. So, what exactly is a deal sheet? Now, the form is a simple document that's required to be filled out to confirm talks have been completed between the two parties. This allows clubs to be granted extra time to get the deal done, but this only can be submitted between 9 and 11 p.m. Should a deal sheet be submitted in this 2-hour period, all documents must be completed in order for it to be allowed. So that is a deal sheet, but we will go into more on that on Thursday. We really will. We really will. Let's see now on the chat. Let's just see. Peter M, crazy money is totally over the top. Yeah, it is. I mean, you're looking at players now going for over 100 million that probably 3-4 seasons ago wouldn't go for more than 40-50 million. So it's gone berserk. It really has. We've got Wilton McDonald. I think Ange will figure things out. We're only 3 games into a season. Yeah, I think he will. We've got Daniel Lee. Big up Wilton McDonald as well from Florida. He says, Gift Orban deal is dead in the water. Time to move on from that deal. Has Spurs fans. I don't think it is dead in the water for what I'm hearing. I think it can be brought back to life. I think it's on life support. That's what it is at the moment. But I think give it a bit of adrenaline and look, it will come back to life. I'm really staying on that. I don't think that deal's dead yet, Daniel. I really don't. We've got Neil Shafton. Big up, Neil. He says, Richarlison was never a big threat when he played for Everton. Many people are clamoring to sign him in these groups. I didn't want to see him at Spurs, but they felt otherwise. Mentally not strong enough. And Neil, that's what I'm saying. If he went to a Palace or a Fulham or a Burnley or a team in the lower half, or a Nottingham Forest, or a team in the lower half of the league, I think you would see the best of Richarlison. I think Richarlison, he may be brilliant for Brazil, but I think they play a different way in Brazil to how we play. But I think the pressure's got to him. I think the price tag as well has got to him as well. I really do. I just think it really was a waste of money. 50 plus 60 million really was. We've got Wilton McDonald says, good morning or afternoon, Dermot. Big up Wilton. Wilton says we must be careful. We do not think we can get a like for Harry Kane. I don't think you can, and I don't think you never will. I think Harry Kane was a once in a generational player, a bit like Jimmy Greaves was a once in a player generation back in the 60s, 50s, and 60s. I think Harry Kane is our Jimmy Greaves, and he is our once in a lifetime player. Yeah, there will be strikers come that will be great for us, but I don't think we'll never see in my lifetime. I don't think we'll see another Harry Kane. Now we may well do, but we have to wait and see. But I don't think we'll be waiting a long, long time. I think for that. We've got Peter M. He says if Richie goes to the left, then Sonny becomes our de facto number 9 until we get a new number 9. He could switch it. He could switch it around. I think Sonny's more comfortable playing up front than Richie. Look, Peter, he could do that, and he may well do that. But we have to give him one more go, I think, and then after that, if nothing happens for the last game before the international break, I think during the international break or when they come back, then they'll have to change it. And it depends who we get in on Thursday for Thursday's deadline as well. We may well get a striker. So that may solve our problems, but we needed to have a plan when we sold Harry Kane, and we didn't have a plan because we thought, we can use Richarlison or we can use Sonny. But if they get injured, where we're up the creek, we've got a young lad, a young 18, 19-year-old with very little Premier League experience. Now, you could say Harry Kane was the same, but I think Harry Kane grew into his role. But for me, we should be going after a Vlahovic or somebody like that who's proven, who's experienced, who knows what to do. and I think we really do. He needs to be more involved more. Richie, yeah, I do. Thomas Burns says CCV has been great for us. We love it, and that's the point. At Tottenham, we all thought he was no good, not good enough, but he went up to Celtic under Ranjan and proved himself again. So look, it can happen. So maybe if Richarlison went to a smaller club, he may find that he reconnect his form. But look, we have to see what happens. Daniel Lee, not a great return. He's only cost 20. He's only cost 20 million per goal since he played for us. That's a return from 60 million quid. What a serious club allows a player with that numbers to be your number one striker. Yeah, I do agree with you. We've got Crusty says the Chimp Paradox is a great book if anyone wants to know more about mind management, written by Steve Peters, worked with Liverpool and so Chris Hoy and much more. And that is it. It's all about really putting his arm around him and saying to him, look, you are the striker, you are my number one. But he's gotta help himself as well as Tottenham helping him. And I think whatever he's done, I think he needs to do what Emerson done. Go get yourself, talk to somebody, clear your head, try to unload the Conte baggage off you. And I do feel Conte is very much to blame for the Richarlison we've got now. It really does. Just really does. What else we got? Um, like the saying showbiz, it's never over until the fat lady sings. Daniel Lee says a lot of rumors floating about no real substance, just people spreading misinformation, and that's what it is. Peter M says, I agree, Dermot, give Richie another go at number 9. I think you've got to. I think you've got to give him one more go for the international break. Then if it doesn't work, then look, do something. But we may get another striker in. If not, then play him on the left, put Sonny up the middle. I think he has to. Peter also says Richie was the Harry Kane plan, but it didn't work out. That was the worry. That was the biggest one. I mean, Harry Kane now scored 2 goals on his home debut. Can you imagine if Harry Kane was with us? I think we would have won 3 out of 3. I don't think we would have drawn Brentford. I think we would have beaten Brentford, and we would have won 4 or 5-0 against Bournemouth, and we'd have won 3-0 against Man United. I just feel we're just missing that man to striker to knock them chances away. Neil Shafton, the problem now is Angels know they have a lot of leverage with oil money being thrown at players, teams, and forced to make them hard choices. It's a shame that greed has taken over the market. Yeah, it is. The trans window closes on Friday. No, it closes on, where is it now? It closes the 31st of August, which is Thursday at 11 o'clock. The pressure of knowing another striker is the pressure of knowing another striker is maybe coming in the door, or those 3 games Richie needs to score. He will improve, but how much is the question, and that's it. And Mia saying, "Oh my God, stop! We had Harry Kane, so boring." No, we scored 6 goals in 3 games. And look, I've not said that. Look, Mia, I look. I am going to disagree with you in a way. I agree in what you're saying that every other player has to score goals, and we have been. And that's an Ange system. That I agree with you. But when he was at Celtic, he had Kyogo, who scored 34 goals last season, 28 goals the season before. He was your goal scorer who got you over 20 goals. You still need that 20 goal a season man up front to complete the team, to complete the whole package for Ange. And I think, look, in one way you're right. You've been proven right about the other players scoring, and yet we saw that at Celtic, and we saw Maddison getting a goal, we saw Kulu's getting the goals. But you're still going to need that striker up front, and you really do. There's no point of having players score around you, but if you're drawing 0-0 and they're drawing a blank, you need a striker up there who's going to go nick you one. And I feel we do need that. We need another centre back as well. But I think we're not that far away. We're really not. We're really not. We've scored 6 goals in 3 games. Yeah, we have. I'm not disagreeing with you, Mia. I'm really not, because Look, in the way that Ange plays, yeah, everyone is attacking, everyone scores. We get that. Madison scores. Destiny's got one. Um, I can't remember who else scores, but you need that striker. As I say, if they're doing a blank and we're 0-0 with 5 minutes to go, and they can't score, you're going to need that striker who's going to nick up and get you one. Big up to Kev Williams. This is Dermotron and Coys. It says hi to Mia. We've got Neil Shafton. Bring him off the bench like we did last season with Son. It forces the players to think about making an impact when they're called in and they want to show they can play. Son off the bench. Well, and that is a very good point. You look at Sonny. Though Sonny was injured, right? He did come off the bench against Leicester and score the hat-trick. Maybe that could work. Kev Williams says, Mia says he scored those goals that season, but not the one before. But Mia, the point is, he was the main goal scorer. He was the man to get you them goals. You do need that 15, 20 goal season up front. Every team needs one. Had a dream last night that Berbatov came back. Had a dream last night. Big up Tequila. Had a dream last night. Berbatov came back to Spurs to be our striker. Yeah, we all did. We absolutely all did. We've got Neil Shaft. Peter said Neil Shafton, that would be the right thing to do after the international break if he doesn't perform at Fulham and Burnley. And I tell you one thing, Burnley's not going to be an easy place to go to, by the way. We haven't been there, I think, since the Conte threw his toys out of the pram. So that's going to be a tough away game. It never ease up on Burnley. Mia, we need the striker, yes, but I think Harry Kane took his point. Look, I agree with you. Look, Kane's gone for me. That's it. He's performing well at Bayern Munich. Good luck to him, but he's not Tottenham. But Richie was never the replacement for Harry Kane, and we do need a replacement for Harry Kane. And the question will be kept asking if we don't buy a striker in the summer. Now, if we get a Gift Orban, I think we should go after him. Brennan Johnson for me. But let me know, Mia, who do you want to see us bring in? Gift Orban or Brennan Johnson? Who would you like to see up front as our main man? Then I woke up and we have a rat with the wings as a striker. Yeah. We've got Daniel. He says, "I'm going to disagree as well. When our owners not signing as a new striker, are the strikers being so garbage? I can see why some fans are still saying, but what if we still had Kane? It's just fact. Look, you could be hypothetical all you like. You rarely can. You can think if only. But Harry Kane's gone. We've sold him. We've got money for him. It's in the bank. I think our net spend now with transfer this season, I think I read somewhere, is £11 million. But the problem is, were they ever going to use that money to buy a striker, or were they going to use the Harry Kane money to offset the transfers that's done this window? And was it always that Andrew said, well, look, Richarlison is going to be my man? We've got other players. You've got Madison, you've got Kulu, you've got Sonny that will get you goals. And Mia is right in what she's saying. We will get goals from everywhere around the pitch, but you're still going to need that striker up front. So the question is, are you going to trust Richie? Are we going to give him time to actually come good? Or are fans going to become impatient because we didn't get the striker? And some fans may say, and rightly so, some fans may say, we need to spend that money to get a world-class striker in. Now, or do, like some fans might say, give Richie a chance. Let him get his feet under the table. He was only used on and off as a substitute last season. Conte stripped his confidence. So it's a hard no, but I think we'll know more after the window shut. We really will. Kevin Williams says, question, why can't we bring in Johnson and Orban? Well, we should do. We should do, and I don't think why not. But I just wouldn't go after Johnson anyway. I don't think most Tottenham fans want Johnson in. Everyone wants to gift Orban, but it's getting him and agreeing the deal. I think we're offering only 20 or 25 million, and they want 30, 35, 40 million, I think, from. So we have to see what happens. This week is going to be long week, I think, for everyone. Yeah, Mia's course on at 5 with her show. She's back, so big up, Mia. Put the link in, Mia, and I'll put it up at the end of the show for you. I've got Peter M. Nothing, not to belong to Harry Kane, mem, but Harry often failed to score in August. Yeah, he did. I think he went 3 or 4 seasons without scoring in August. And then suddenly he did. But yeah, that's very true. Maybe that could be a Richarlison thing as well. Hogwarts said, if we don't get Gift, we are going for Forest player Johnson. That tells me we could be looking at a Son Richarlison as our number 9 for the time being. I think you may be right in that, Hogwarts 10. I really do. Look, for me, look, we need to go after Gift Orban. He is the striker we need at the club. He's young. He's talented. No, I'm saying Richarlison's not talented, but I think Richarlison is your different type of striker. Gift Orban is your 6-yard man. He's the one that will stay around that. One drop deep will stay in the 6-yard box and get your goals. I don't think Richarlison is that man, but look, we have to wait and see. Mia saying yes to Gift. I agree. I think we all agree, Mia. I think we all agree that we want Gift Orban. 2 streams, Mia. Yeah, she's on one after the other. Neil Shafton, he bottled almost give me a go yesterday. It was almost funny to see him fumble and struggle, but probably rarely put him off. Even his choices at heading the ball ended off of his shoulder. Yeah, he really is in a rot. He's in a rot completely. Absolutely. We've got Moondog, big up Moondog. He says, good afternoon. I would take Ollie Watkins over Richie. I think I would too, actually. I would take him in a heartbeat. Super Tottenham, hi Dermot. Big up Super Tottenham. We've got Neil Shafton. It's time to move on from Kane, but it really doesn't matter now. He's gone and talking about his redundancy. He isn't here. It doesn't matter what he did in the past. Yeah, and I think he was that scared. Mia said, smash the like button. Yeah, come on. We've only got 25 likes. Let's see, can we get that up to 30? 44 watching. Come on, guys. Smash that like button. I know. And this is me doing the solo stream. I'm 44. You're watching me talking nonsense. I really don't get it. But I'm appreciated that I've got 44 Spurs fans listening to me talking what I think of Tottenham and getting your choices in as well, which I really love doing. I love talking to you guys. It is great fun. The killer says, I could live with Richie being backed up for Sonny, I guess. Do you know what? I think I've said this before in the stream. I'm going to say it again. I think we are going to come to a head. We are going to come to a decision after the international break. If Richie stays playing up front, or we swap him around. And I think the first game back will be a big indication of what Ange wants to do. Now, I don't know if Richarlison's going off to play for Brazil in the break. If he isn't, then he needs to be at Hotspur away and give him 2 weeks or a week or so with Ange, just him and Ange, trying to get himself out of this rot. I really do. We've got Carl Simpson, big up. It says, Mr. Sketches has got it easy in Germany. The back line against them was non-existent. Yeah, it was. It really was. Neil Shafton says 7 to 10 players have to leave in order to sign one right now. Expect a max of 2 in. That's it. Look to January, but right now it's the right ring that Ange has targeted. Yeah, I think you're never ever going to do it in one window. It was always going to be this summer, January, next summer. Now, I'm hearing Dyer and Reguilon could be going to Fulham. Though somebody's put in the chat, I think somewhere that Man United are after Reguilon. So I will ask the question. I'll have more updates for you tomorrow. We have to see what happens. But look, it's going to be a very interesting week, you know. We've got Kev Williams, yes, but the net spend of 11 million, we can definitely buy both of them, bring in another centre-back, and we are challenging. Yeah, I think we are. I think we're ready. It just gives me a minute. Just take a drink. That's better. Sorry about that. Yeah, we will be. We will be challenging. I think we do need another centre back. I think, look, out of the tree, I think Sanchez probably might be kept as a backup. But Dyer needs to go and Hugo Lloris needs to go. That is going to be the problem. And I heard it somewhere along the line. I don't know where I heard it from. they could end up, I think it was Philip saying it to me actually, they could end up being the bad ointments in the dressing room if they don't go. They need to go. They need to get out. Now, we've got Carl Simpson. I don't want Johnson. Would rather take Jota on loan, which could happen. Tottenham are in talks with the Saudi Arabian club for a £15 million deal for Jota. I know Ange wants him at the club. And I think he'll do a great job, Jota would, on loan for Sandy Mir and move Spurs' son up front. If we are really not going to get a striker, we have to. Other than Dortmund, it's a one-team league. Reminds me of the Scottish League Cup. The Scottish League's not that bad. It's not as bad. I think the Bundesliga's worse, to be fair. Tequila says, I would like to add, I took St. Mirren to the Champions League winners on FIFA 23, and I didn't sign Pogba. I'm never going to live Pogba down, am I? I'm never going to live that by that. I was at weak moment. I'll admit that. It was very weak. And I was tired, and I didn't realize I bought Paul Pogba. So, Tequila, will you let it go? Okay. I'm sorry. I will sell him in the first window when I get back to FIFA 23 or EA 24. I promise you, I'll never buy Paul Pogba again. I promise. Okay. Promise. Captain Grandma says, with Bale, Spurs become a team that relied on him. The same thing happened with Harry Kane. We need to get away from this type of reliance. I don't think we relied on Bale too much. I think we relied on Harry Kane more. But we'll have to see what happens. We've got a super sticker in as well from DJ Samuel. Big up D. Says, what's the one he's put in? And he's giving me a fist pump. It's a pair with a bandana and a fist pump. So there's your fist pump for you, DJ Samuel. Thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much indeed. We've got I feel we've got this one here, Captain Grammar. I think we relied on Harry Kane more than we did Bale, in my own opinion. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone's got a different opinion. But we have to see. Well, let me know, Caption Grammar. Let me know what you think. Did we rely on Bale more than we relied on Harry Kane? And let me know in the chat as well. Let me know, who did we rely on more, Harry Kane or Gareth Bale? We've got Super Tottenham. I feel Richie is more of a winger than a striker. I would like us to sign Ivan Toney from Brentford. Get him now while he's on his ban. It could knock 10. I don't want Ivan Toney anywhere near our club. I wouldn't trust him as far as I can throw him. You wouldn't know if he missed a shot. Would it go through your head? Did he bet against us? If we lose 1-0, did he bet against us and he didn't take his chance deliberately? That would be me. Would that be you? Would you have that sort of a feeling? Let me know. Let me know that as well. Would you have that sort of a feeling? Or Pogba? Yeah. You don't talk nonsense. I talk a lot about Spurs, but I'm good at that. But Peter Ahmed says, I don't get it either, to be honest. Yeah. Whatever. I don't know what you're talking about, man, but we'll get there. Big up Drew. Man United are after Reggie. Yeah, I did hear that. Captain Grandma, you're spot on. Look, it's still the thing. Who did we rely on them? Who do you think we relied on the most? Gareth Bale or Harry Kane? I would love to know what you think on that, Mia. And actually, Captain Grandma as well. What do you feel? Do you feel we relied on Harry Kane more or Bale? Just let me know what you guys think. Drew swapping for Rashford. Do you know what? I don't know. I don't think Rashford would be a good fit for us. We've got Tequila. Tony Khan must be hit with a chair on AEW show last night if he wants to buy Dyer. He must have been. Big up David Clark. Man United want Reggie on loan to cover for Luke Shaw's injury. Yeah, I'm hearing it more and more. Neil Shafton. Here's what will happen. If Richarlison rips from Brazil upcoming, he will return to form from Brazil. Then he comes back and goes back into his form for Spurs, where he's struggling sadly. Hope I'm wrong. Look, I think he needs to. I don't think he needs to go on this international break. I think he's better off staying at Hotspur Way and trying to work through what is bothering him. What is making him feel like he is. So we have to wait and see. We've got Hot God 10. I think Johnson is a very good player, but who will fit into Ange's system. He's athletic, quick, and has an eye for the goal. He can dribble with pace. I'd be quite happy with him in the squad. Well, look, we have to wait and see. But I still think Gift Orban is the man for us. But look, everyone's entitled to their opinion. We've got Daniel said Tequila, LOL. Positive talks with Gift are ongoing. Plus Johnson, I think he's a good addition to the team. Not for me, but everything's gone very quiet at Tottenham today. So that only means one thing, that we are about to we're starting to getting in some players in, and maybe hopefully some players out as well. Big up Drew. David Clark saying Forest have keeping very quiet, Johnson, since his hamstring injury at the weekend. Yeah, that's another thing as well. Tequila says, I hold you to that, Derma. Yeah. Wait, see, Dermot, Pogba is nothing when you have Dave Pottery doing the pizza review with Harry Kane, but it was Eric Dyer. I know. The Bale Spurs was a good all-round team. We didn't rely on them alone. Under Joes and Conte, Kane became so positive in a badly set up defense counter-attack team that couldn't play that way. That's so true. That will follow Tony around for a while. Yeah, it will do, Tequila. It certainly will. We've got Carl Simpson says, if Peter Crouch is still available, geez, he's just scraping the barrel there. He says, I still think we'll get 3 more. I do too. I really do. We've got Tequila saying, next time Tony misses an easy chance, people will have a field day. Yeah, they will. As soon as Tony said that he liked Arsenal fans and played for them, I washed my hands of him. I think he's going to Man United. I think that's where Ivan Tony will end up. He'll end up at United. I have a funny feeling than that. Tequila says Kane, because he was for much longer time. It was only really one season for Bale. Yeah, I think it was, and I think Kane is. We've relied on him more than we did Gareth Bale. Carl Simpson, no, Daniel, I can assure you, clip it. We will discuss it once the window's closest. I think we're going to get 3 more, and I agree with you, Carl. Really do. And then we've got Caption Grandma. It's irrelevant how much we relied on Bale and Harry Kane, or where we relied on more. It's the fact that we did rely on both to a large degree. And yeah, I do agree with that. But I think we relied on Harry Kane a tiny bit more than we did Gareth Bale. And somebody said it in the comments there, under a Jose and Conte bad counter-attacking team, Harry Kane was the focal point. And we did rely on him. When he didn't score, we didn't score. Under an Ange system, if Richarlison doesn't get the goals, you know you're going to get them from other places. But you still need that striker up there. If you are drawing 0-0 and they're drawing a blank, you need to have somebody up there that's going to nick you a 99th or 90th minute winner. For me, Daniel Lee and Carl Simpson, you can remember this when we unfortunately got Johnson and bloody Longley. I remember what you said. I wouldn't mind Longley, but people say to me, you're talking absolute rubbish there. To be fair, Richie, I don't think Haaland's had a great game yesterday. He scored, but much of the rest of the team, he was poor and missed a pen. Yeah, that's true. So, right, guys, there you go. Look, that's the post-match show, really. Really not really a lot of news to go around. So we will find out more. Hopefully get more news tomorrow for you, and we'll do our build-up. And then we are going to do the watch-along for the Fulham-Tottenham game tomorrow night. So please join me for that. If you wonder where Philip is on his week's holiday. He's up in Donegal, but he's assured me he's going to join me during the week. So he may pop up here and there. Maybe Mia will drop on with me tomorrow as well. So we'll keep you covered all week. And then deadline day, we're on from 8 to midnight. So we'll just go through the last few people here. I don't think any Premier strikers have started that great, to be honest. No, they haven't. They really haven't. Carl, we've got David Clark. The only time a sporting team relied on one player, it just proves the rest of the team is so average. Yeah, that's true. Oh, God, 10 Romero's just started that Johnson is the player Ange wants at Spurs. Yeah. Romero has just stated that Johnson is a player Ange wants at Spurs. There you go. We've got Mia. Please hit that link. Mia goes live in about 5 minutes time, so I'm going to get off here before 5 so she can get on, and so everyone go over to Mia. That's a link there. We've got P Duds as well. I may be wrong here, but I think Richie is good for the team morale. Ange likes him. Can you imagine the celebration if he scores in the next game or two? Yeah, you can. Everyone's going to be, and look, including me. I've been slagging them off Saturday. Said he needs to be dropped. He can't go with them. But look, nobody will love him more than me to him to get a goal. Kev Williams says, Dermo, need to go now, but I'll catch you in the next show. Salute to you, sir. Big up, Kev Williams. Thanks, Dermo. I'm off for my tea. Big up, Peter Rem, Neil Shafton. Ivan Tony, Israeli Frankie Four Fingers. Do you know why they call him Frankie Four Fingers? Because he makes stupid bets with dangerous people. And when he doesn't pay up, they give him the chop. I like that. Tequila says, enjoy, Philip. I will tell him that as well, Tequila. And Milton says, our reliance on Harry Kane due to the fact that he played in the team that had too few scorers. I believe Bale had better players. Yeah, he did. And then Tequila says, if Ange wants him, then that's what matters. Yeah, exactly. And yes, if Johnson is Ange's primary target, we have to back that. We rarely do. And he says, agreed, Tequila. It says, Hot God 10. Thanks, Dermot, for another great show. Well, listen, thank you. Thank you for all coming in. We are back tomorrow. Of course, there is no Premier League review tonight at 10. We're off this week, but we're back with it again next week at 10 o'clock, next Monday. Myself, Philip, and Colin and Mia. We are back tomorrow at 4 with a pre-match show. And also, we're doing the show tomorrow. We're going to do a bit in the Fulham game, but also the main talking point of the show tomorrow really is Richarlison the main man to replace Harry Kane? And we're going to go through the strikers that are available, and we're going to try to whittle it down. Why is Richarlison struggling? What is the main reason? And maybe tomorrow, within the build-up to the Fulham game, we can find out why he is struggling. But listen, come back for that tomorrow. We're back with the watch along as well tomorrow evening. If I can get a link, whatever you do, enjoy yourself. We've got thanks for the show, Dermo. Enjoy the rest of your day, Dermo. Smash the like button. Big up, Mia. Take care, everyone. And Carl Simpson. Cheers, Dermo. Have a great rest of the day of the chat. And listen, if you're a member and you want to join me, get your memberships. And maybe you'd like to join me for a show this week and give me a bit of company while Philip's away sunning himself. I think he's doing a bit of Irish Tom Jones somewhere, but don't tell it. Don't tell him I told you that. But that, I think, what's happening. Anyway, big up to everyone. Come on, you Spurs. In Big Ange, we trust.